Hey everyone, it's Lunar Light. Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. You already saw that title, so you already know today's video is about what is the gossip about you, the current gossip, what are people saying about you. We're gonna go ahead and do a pick a deck today. So in front of me, I have 3 decks. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. This is the Bianco Nero Tarot, and this is the Final Rose Tarot. Okay, so while you are choosing, I can tell you that the OG reading today, which is the reading for my subscribers, at the end of the video, the topic is going to be why are your haters pressed? Okay, so if you want to know why your haters are pressed, just be subscribed to the channel and you can check out the extra reading at the end of the video. And I always have an OG reading for you guys. I also shout out that I have a Patreon if y'all want to check that out. The link is in the description below, and you can also book a personal reading with me, and I have a website where you can do that. I also booked below. Alrighty, so I hope you had enough time to choose. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number 1, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, bye. Hey there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. Before we get started, I want to shout out a few patrons. Shout out Elise, Rosemary, D. Tanuvasa, Tamara, C. Irika, and Alyssa. If you're watching this, hope you enjoy. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the reading today. For you, pile number 1, what is the current gossip about you? All right, what is the current gossip about you? Okay, straight off the bat, I'm hearing that the gossip about you, oh my God, is that, okay, I feel like you're someone who has a lot of really great ideas on how to make money, on how to move forward in life, on how to become a better person, on how to, you know, solve people's problems, whatever. The gossip about you, or like, honestly, I'm feeling haterade straight off the bat, okay? Sorry, but these are people who are trying to say that your ideas won't pan out, that things won't go in your favor, okay? They're like, oh yeah, that idea, like, just give it like however much time, okay? That is crazy right off the bat. All right, so the other gossip about you is that you're someone that people get along with really easily and people really enjoy being around. You're also someone that people want to be in a relationship with, or that they fantasize being in a relationship with. I feel that, you know, the hater rate is pretty strong off the bat. This is kind of telling me like how powerful you are as the Empress, because if your light, you know, is this bright, like people are like, you know, like they're vampires and stuff. It must be pretty bright, you know? So people see you as somebody who gets along with most everyone, okay? Or that you make connections easily with other people. The gossip is also that you're really abundant right now, and I'm hearing you have the money and the time to like invest in yourself and invest in relationships. Like, it just seems like you're living in some kind of luxury. I'm hearing freedom as well, so people feel like you have a lot of freedom. That's also the gossip about you. Yeah, Page of Wands, here are these like bright ideas again. So, okay, the gossip about you is also that you are always starting some kind of new adventure. You like to learn, you like to be like a student of the world, and maybe you like to travel or to try new things. Some of you could even be foodies, or like you have a lot of passions. The gossip about you is that you have a lot of passion, a lot of like lust for life. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles here too. Yeah, the gossip about you is that you're actually stable. I feel that people try sometimes to control the narrative about you, or make it out to seem like, you know, you're not as stable as you seem, like whatever. Or like these ideas that you're putting forth are like not as stable as they seem. Yeah, but this, I don't, I'm getting the message, I don't even hear that anybody really believes like these people at this point. And also with the Justice, and I'll just keep it in reverse. With Justice in reverse, I feel like there's karma, honestly, for people who are talking, you know, like crap about your endeavors, you know? It is what it is, because I feel like you've come this far and you just haven't failed yet, all right? The only thing that has happened to you is like the end of an era where you always pick yourself up and try something new. That's the gossip about you, is that you can't be stopped. You'll just start over again. No one can stop you, okay? That's the thing. I keep getting this message for the collective, and I just love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at my yellow and white cards. They used to be just the white cards, but I added yellow. Okay, so what is the current gossip about you? Your success intimidates me. What? Guys, I'm serious. The haterade is real, okay? It's because you're coming off as so put together, so like abundant. Even if you don't feel this way, I feel like a lot of it is your state of mind and the way that you seem so calm, you seem put together. Like no one could pull you out of your own energy. You know, if someone's gonna make you upset, no one's making you upset. It's because you need to escalate it or whatever it is. But for the most part, no one can pull you out of your energy of being calm and zen. Okay, that's what I'm also getting. Ooh, look at this. Intelligent, impressive, diamond. It's absolutely gorgeous hair. Okay, I love that. So people think you have, the gossip is that you have gorgeous hair. You could have like, you could have curly hair, wavy hair. I'm also hearing bone straight. You could have colored hair. Let's see here. Brown, definitely brown and black coming out a lot. You could even have locks for some of you. Okay, I'm in a lot of pain right now. The gossip about you is that you went through a lot to become this person, okay? The gossip about you is that your life wasn't easy, okay? I think people are starting to realize now that this kind of, honestly, power does not come from nowhere. Like you've been through trials and experiences. Like you have a lot of life experience is what I'm hearing. Oh my God, gossip about you plays dumb on purpose, hidden agenda, and observant. That's so fun. I feel like you guys let people underestimate you, you know? Because there's no need to come out swinging and be like, I'm this, I'm that, because they're gonna find out eventually. So people are like, oh, they're playing dumb on purpose, and like, you know, they're not making it known how great they are off the bat. Who does that? Like, who does that? All right. Okay, you're my ideal person. I love that. That's the gossip, is that you're like an ideal person. Oh, okay, the gossip is that you have curves, okay? You're looking good, okay? I feel you could have a more voluptuous figure, okay? Fuller frame. People are loving it. Let's see. Oh, bruh. Oh, this is like an 18+ turn. I'm sorry. It says, I mean, if you can read what it says, but it says, let me play with your feet. Let me not put that on camera. I just thought I'd put that in there just in case the message came through. Because I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if that message came through? It's been coming up. Anyway, so we're going to move on now to the What's the Tea by Fire Witch Tarot. Let's see what's the current gossip is about you. What is the current gossip? Okay, wasting time. Yeah, there are some people who really want to make it seem like you're wasting time with your endeavors, or like they're trying to gossip and say that you're like stuck, you've had no changes in whatever you're trying to do. I'm hearing the message that these people aren't looking at the same like show. They're not, they must be on a whole different channel, because like, I think it's pretty obvious to other people. All right, moving on. Thank you. Next. The gossip about you is that you don't stay in any kind of relationships that don't support you, you know, and that aren't mutually supportive. I think you don't always have to be mutually beneficial. Honestly, my personal belief is that friendships don't always have to be mutually like beneficial in the ways that, you know, people like to say like iron sharpens iron, and like what can my friends do for me to improve my life. And I don't always feel like that's what friendship is about. I feel it's more about like connection and comfort and someone that feels like home, you know. So anyway, I got off on a tangent on that, but so yeah, you guys are, the gossip about you is that you moved on from anybody who doesn't give you that home feeling, you know, someone that you feel close with. What's the gossip about you? Ooh, yeah. So on the flip side of that, the gossip is that you hold grudges, okay? That's what people try and say, because you want to move on from things that aren't working, they're saying, oh, you hold grudges. Okay. Okay. People are like, yeah, these people are living the same shit, different day. All right. People are also trying to say like, oh, nothing's happening with what they're doing, you know, like nothing's really changing. Meanwhile, you're over here, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Hell yeah, I should change lately. Okay. Yeah, I've been on top. Okay. They're talking about, yeah, nothing's changed with them. Yeah, we're still slaying. Yeah, nothing, ain't shit changed. Like, I can't. These people don't, like, I don't know. They're trying to dim what you're doing, okay? And act like it's not that big. These are people that you could have blocked. This deck brings out, like, the haterade for sure. Like, it just has perfect cards for that. All right, chasing. The gossip is that people like to chase you, or that you like to be chased. I feel like it really is that you have people around who are interested in chasing you, to be honest. Okay, because you're also coming through as somebody who is highly desirable. All right, drama starter, ridiculous. And in their head, okay, you got people in their head over your accomplishments right now. Honestly, I feel like this in their head card is more about these people. You got people laying up, you know, trying to find ways like, dang, how can I skew the narrative around this person? That was the first cards out, but I feel like if you go a little deeper into the gossip, right, you realize that, dang, this person is great. They keep, you know, getting up after having difficult experiences. Honestly, anyone that messes with them gets karma anyway, so you probably shouldn't even be listening to the hater-ates, to the haters, okay? So, yeah, there's definitely some people who are, you know, trying to say stuff, but it's paling in comparison to the truth. All right, and people are seeing the truth. Anyway, so let's wrap things up with the Island Time Wellness Law of Attraction and Love Oracle cards. I have them mixed in here. What is the gossip about you currently? What are people saying? And if you guys want to know why your haters are so pressed, that is the topic of today's OG reading. Okay, that's at the end of the reading. All right, so you have clock, takes time in time, cycles and time to heal. Okay, so the gossip about you is that every year or every like period of time, 3, even 6 months, you guys come out like a fresh new person. The gossip about you is that you're using your time, especially alone, to heal. Like whenever you go into isolation, it's not necessarily that something has happened, but you're retreating into yourself. Like people could notice that because you have a lot of mindfulness. Okay, people, the gossip about you is that you're actually self-aware. All right, awareness of thoughts without judgment. So people feel that you're aware of yourself and you're consciously trying to like change your thoughts and become a better person. That's the gossip about you. All right. Okay. We have say affirmations. All right. I'm going to take this one too. Just trying to organize. All right. So state as I am. Okay. First of all, the gossip is that you have really nice lips. Okay. Then also that you may use affirmations to create things in your life. So the card says, state as I am, manifesting happens in present tense in a present life, believable to you. Yeah, there's definitely gossip that you could be manifesting or that you could be like using affirmations or something to like make your life better, because people don't understand this, like honestly, the sheer stamina that you have. They don't get it. They're like, I would have stopped by now, you know, like when things got hard. All right. Then we have girl talk. It says time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. So the gossip about you is that you're having fun as you are. Even if you're in a relationship, the gossip about you is that you're having fun, you're living in the moment, you're, you know, your life is good right now. Yeah, and that you put an end to anything that wasn't helping you grow or wasn't conducive to growth, okay? Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, and liberation. Yeah, you're focused on your liberation right now is the gossip, okay? Maybe they wouldn't say it in that term, but they would say, dang, this person's like cutting off anything that's, you know, not working for them. They're kind of like pruning their life. And each time I see them do that, they get like weirdly stronger or like more attractive or more vibrant, you know? People are kind of starting to catch on to the patterns of like what you're doing. I feel like, okay, we're going off the rails now, but I feel like you're low-key being studied by some of these people around you. It's not in a weird, like, creepy way, but I feel like people want to know, like, how you keep leveling up, right? Like, okay, this person keeps leveling up. Let me try and study their moves. People starting to get your pattern of, like, okay, you know, go inside, heal, integrate lessons. Now you embody the new person and you're feeling great. You're feeling good. Like, we're on a whole new level, you know? Okay. Maybe we're feeling good, but now we're encountering challenges on this new level. Go back inside, heal, you know, transmute obstacles. Sounds like a robot. Transmute obstacles. And integrate the lessons and become the new person. So people are seeing your cycle to leveling up, and they're starting to get inspired, and they're thinking like, okay, what's the extra edge? They also think that you also have some kind of extra edge, because they're like, dang, like, even I'm trying to do this a little bit, but I'm still not getting everything. You probably use a lot of like manifesting techniques, or you use visualization, or maybe like again, affirmations that you talk to yourself. And yeah, people are just really noticing your results. That is the gossip. All right, so I hope you really enjoyed today's reading. Do comment down below. Love talking to you guys down there. Read every one of the comments. And please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to be an OG, so you can watch the OG reading. Of course, Why Your Haters Are Oppressed. It's right over there. It's right at the end of the video. Anyway, so I got Patreon. I also am available for personal readings. And that is about it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you in the next one, God willing, okay? Love and light. Bye. Hey there, pal number 2, and welcome to your reading. Before we get started, I do want to shout out a couple of patrons. So shout out Elise, Rosemary, D, Tanuvasa, Tamara, C, Erica, and Alyssa. Thank you so much for being patrons. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. What is the gossip about you? All right, let's see. Okay, Temperance in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. This is really interesting. And they also have the Tower. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, I'm getting a really powerful message off the bat. And I'm also getting, you know, honestly, some powerful haterade off the bat. Okay, so the gossip about you, and I feel like the warning for this one, this is a little like mean, is that you're not really healing, or you're just like pretending to be healed and in equilibrium with your emotions, okay? But with the Two of Swords in reverse, okay, it took me a moment to gather my thoughts here. But what it is that people are gossiping and saying that you're in the stage where you're not seeing that you're not actually healing, or you're not actually moving forward. The funny thing is, you've already been through that stage, and you woke yourself up and said, hey, there are some things I could improve in my life. Hey, there are some things that I don't feel good that I put myself through, you know, not to blame yourself, but, you know, like better habits you could have. And these people have no idea that you've already lifted the veil in your life like this, okay? And we have the Tower also. I threw this last card so I could clarify. This tells me that you guys have already had that Tower struck down for you. Any kind of faulty foundations that weren't actually working for you, any mindsets, you know, that weren't actually working for you, were struck down a long time ago. So these people think that you're still stuck in like negative habits, or you're just pretending to be as like emotionally well as you are. I think you guys have put a lot of work into, yeah, look, Six of Swords. You guys have put in a lot of work into walking away from mindsets, habits, people, situations that just weren't working for you in your life, or possibly even bringing you sadness, that could have been causing like you know, serious problems for you, or could have been exasperating anxiety or depression, God forbid. Okay, it's like you guys have been through a lot in your life, actually. So people have some nerve to even sit there and act like, oh, you know, you got through this by accident, okay? Or that you're just somehow emulating this energy of being healed and being in emotional equilibrium. Because again, this is the gossip. The thing is, the Temperance energy is here, you know? The energy of having emotional equilibrium is here. They want to try and skew it and act like, oh, this person doesn't have it. But you're showing up as that in the first place. So how can it be denied? You know, ain't no cracks. Like, you are what you are. All right, we have the King of Wands and the Magician here. Okay, the gossip about you is that you're very goal driven. That you're very, like, you're a smart business person is what I'm hearing. In that you know how to either make or find opportunities for yourself. It's like you know how to open your own doors. The gossip could be that, like, you have some sort of negative quality that allows you to do this, okay? People are really confused at how you got to this place, okay? Some people may even know that you could be manifesting, or you're trying to bring, you know, your desires in, and they're like, is that like evil? They're like, no, you're doing it all the time. You're always manifesting. It's just, you know, we're taking control of it. But yeah, these people see your talents, right? And the way that you come up, and they can't imagine how they would do it themselves, sadly. And so they want to try and skew a narrative that's negative so that it makes sense, because they can't imagine, you know, the way that you guys have accomplished it. Okay. The gossip about you is that you always have something new around the corner. Okay, this just came out in reverse. So this tells me that, like, the gossip about you is that you're always receiving something new, whether it be an idea or, you know, honestly, money. Okay. The gossip is that you're giving a lot less to people. Okay. You're more honed in yourself. Also that you choose your words really carefully now. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'm getting in my mind, like, okay, we're about to dip into the, what should we call it? White and yellow deck. And I'm getting a card in my mind that reminds me of this reading. And it read, I'm upset because I benefited from your lack of boundaries. That's the energy this is giving, okay? Like, these are people, the people who are gossiping about you are people who are upset they don't have the same access to you as they used to. And so they have to make up reasons why, you know, they don't believe in your transformation. Because if they face this truth, they would know that, you know, some of the actions that and behaviors that they were engaging in with you, maybe, or some of the behaviors they had, whatever, you know, could have caused you to leave their life, you know? It's like really not wanting to take any kind of accountability. I feel like, okay, side note, I feel like you guys took your accountability from whatever role you played in past situations, and you removed yourself, you know, not to give these people any more, like, trouble anyway, and to heal in private. I'll let them heal, but they still want to try and slander your name, whatever, when you left them alone. All right, intelligent, impressive, diamond. That is the gossip about you. Wow, I love it. Intelligent, impressive, seductive, siren, whoo, natural flirt, yes. So y'all are fine. That's the gossip, okay? I think ghosting is best for the both of us right now. Exactly. The gossip is that you either ghost people or you, like, leave people alone. You cut people off. You're just like, whatever. It's funny because I'm getting this scenario where it's like people could have even, like, ghosted you for a while and you just matched their energy. Not that I always condone energy matching. It's not always needed, because I think we, for the most part, you know, stay in our own energy. But if someone has showed us that they don't deserve it, that's when I start matching, personally. But yeah, I feel like you guys like tried in certain relationships and these people weren't giving effort back. And so, you know, like you just let it be. It could have been one of those situations where you just don't text somebody and you wait for them to text you first. And they're talking about, oh my God, they ghosted me. All right. The phone works both ways, boo. Like, seriously. All right. We have glamour magic, impossibly hot, glow up after glow up. Oh, what did I say earlier? I'm telling you guys, something about like the way you keep getting back up, the way, I mean, maybe I talked about it in pile number 1. You may want to watch pile number 1 as well. But the way you keep getting back up, the way you keep getting opportunity after opportunity, you know, yeah, I was definitely talking about pile number 1. You may want to watch that. People think you could be manifesting now. They feel like you have to manifesting. Literally glamour magic is the energy here. So that's the gossip about you, is that you're impossibly hot. Like you might be doing magic on yourself. Hello, are you? I'm just gonna say, that's your business. So anyway, this is a highly spiritual connection. People recognize that you're highly spiritual. I'm getting high priestess. That's the word here. Busy bee, working hard, slipping social life. That's so funny. So yeah, you guys are a busy bee. Most definitely that is a gossip. You put a lot of work into your life. Let's see. I want to get closer to you. Yeah, people want to get close to you. And you're an entrepreneur. Amazing. Okay, empire builder, brick by brick. Again, you guys are my go-getters. I make things happen. You are my manifestors, you know. Whew, I feel like you're really good at going after things and receiving things. Like you have a very balanced masculine and feminine energy. So you guys are really great manifestors, even master manifestors. Okay, I would go that far. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the What's the Tea deck by Fire Witch Tarot. Also, if you hear air conditioning in the background, I'm sorry, it's so hot. Okay, what is the gossip about you? What is the current gossip? What are people saying? I don't really found that one. What is the gossip? Let's see. Spiritual hater. Wow. So hates on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. What did I say, guys? What did I say? Okay, you probably want to watch pile number 1. I won't even lie. Okay, because this is giving very similar vibes. People want to cast doubt over the way that you've been able to level up in your life and heal yourself. And because they can't imagine doing this for themselves, they have to be like, oh, there must be a negative way that they're doing this. Just because you ain't found the path yet, boo, doesn't mean there ain't no path. Like, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, you have people, the gossip is that you have people who hate on you because you're spiritually powerful. Okay, that is the gossip also. People are recognizing this. They're like, are you good? It's funny because the negative stuff came out first in the last pile too. I feel like that's the initial gossip about you. But then people dig a little bit deeper and they start hearing all these amazing things about you. And they're like, oh, okay. So there's just one loud minority. Okay, this person, you got people like in a tizzy. That's what I'm hearing. All right, nightmares, insomnia, paranoid, anxiety, unable to sleep. Oh my, what did I say about in a tizzy? It's okay. The gossip is that when people either do you dirty or they talk about you, they become like haunted by you. They start like seeing you in their dreams. They get more anxiety. Bad things just start like happening to these people. And honestly, I never used to do like karma readings. It's not even my thing. It's just when the energy comes through, it comes through. And I've been so shocked lately to see that you know, there's been a lot of karma coming through for people who are even trying to cast dirt or doubt on your name. So it is what it is. Like, hey. All right, we have boss daddy. Okay, stable, rich business owner. What do we say? Entrepreneur, business owner. Okay, it says BDE, CEO. All right, I love this. So yeah, the gossip about you is that you have a business and you're a boss. Okay, you're about to be a boss. Your business is like taking off. You're doing big things. Like you are the boss. You're not bossy. You are the boss. All right. Let me kind of tilt us here. Okay. What is the gossip about you? You moves in silence. Absolutely. You guys move in silence. Wasting time. Yeah. Again, with this haterade, like people want to gossip that you're wasting time. They're not really actually making any progress. I swear they're stuck. I swear they are. Everyone's like, no, they're moving in silence. Okay, this is so funny because your haters think that you're stuck because you're not announcing your every move. They have never heard of moving in silence. They're telling everybody all their ideas, you know? It's slowing them down, sadly, you know? I honestly want, like, even my haters, like, I want them to win. I want them to, okay, so, but I really want people to, like, you know, like, find that path for themselves. But it is sad when people, like, are too focused on others to be, you know, making progress in their own life. It's just, it is what it is, man. Oh, we have impersonator by bot. Guys, it says wants to be you, acts like, dresses like, looks like, or copies you. Okay, but these haters really, but they're trying to emulate you on the low though. That's the gag. Okay, that's the gag, is that they're trying to emulate you in the low. They're saying, oh yeah, they're wasting their time, blah, blah, blah. But then they're like, okay, but how would pile number 2 do this? Okay, interesting. Extra triggered. Yeah, they're triggered every time you come out with a new move. Every time you come out with, you know, I'm wearing a new play. Like, you guys, you know how to play the game of life, okay? And you, again, very balanced in your masculine and feminine energy. So I feel like you're like a conduit, okay, for opportunities and good things coming to you. I mean, this energy is serious. It's serious. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up now with the Allentown Wellness Love Oracle cards and the Law of Attraction cards, both by Allentown Wellness. All right, abundance, period. All right, the gossip is that you're coming into abundance, or you are very abundant. Also, that you have cash flow. All right, that's what people are talking about. They're pocket watching, and they're wondering, like, dang, this person gets so much money. All right, or even if you guys don't feel like you have a lot of money, like, people are pocket watching you, being like, okay, like, how much money do they have? Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. The gossip is also that you're very gracious for what you have in your life. You're humble. Yeah. Okay, we have hammer. It says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. Okay, it actually came out in reverse and I flipped it. So the gossip about you, okay, we already established people are trying to act like you're just hammering away at something and it's never going to work. But others, the other side of the gossip is that people say that you're persistent, okay? You're persistent in what you want, because Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? All right, karmic relationship, let's see. More. The gossip is that you've been through a lot of karmic relationships, and then we have the runner right after that. I'm crying. I was really like, I need another card, because I was getting the energy that you guys are running away from this. You're running away from any kind of like relationships you feel like could end up being karmic, or, you know, you can kind of sniff out when there's a lesson to be learned, and really quickly you try and find like, okay, what is this trying to teach me, whatever. Spirit is telling me to say sometimes that may get in the way of you feeling your emotions and feeling your way through the situation and being more present. But listen, I do this too. If this resonates, I absolutely do this too. And I'm working on this. We're trying to live like more in the moment instead of analyzing like, okay, like how can I not go through this lesson at all? Okay, let's see. All right, separation. The gossip is that you have people who are missing you. All right, and that you separated yourself from. Wow, the gossip is that you exude love with all that you do, that you are love. Yeah, that's why it's laughable why these people want to act like you're not healing. It's completely laughable because you are showing up in that love energy. I feel like you have some edge to you, and people are like, well, how is that love? Because I think all too often these days, people have this idea of love, especially love from women or femmes, as being this submissive, you know, very docile version. But I think personally, love in its purest form, you know, also encompasses tough love. It's not niceness, it's kindness, you know? And what I mean by that is not really having, you know, love isn't necessarily bending over, you know, backwards for somebody all the time. Of course, we do that for somebody that we love. But, you know, it's also knowing when you have to take a step back and love yourself and hold someone accountable. That's also loving, because you want that person to grow and, you know, become better along with you. Some people will get mad when you hold them accountable, or even when you hold yourself accountable, people will get mad because it shows in a way that they're not doing the same. You know, people are definitely afraid of that, but you guys are not, okay? Anyway, so we have giving and receiving. Everything is energy, reciprocity, give and receive easily to others. Oh my God, random acts of kindness. What did I say about you being very balanced in your masculine, feminine energy? And this is why you're giving and receiving to others so easily. It doesn't mean that you have to be like androgynous or anything like that. You could be like, you know, femme to the nines, or you could be like totally masculine. But it just means like having the energy inside yourself and more balanced, you know, because we need both. We absolutely need both. All right. So that is the gossip about you. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you're feeling it. Become an OG today so that you can watch the OG reading. And it is why are your haters so pressed? If you want to know, of course, I got the tea for you. Why are they so pressed? I also have a Patreon if you're interested. I am available for personal readings on my website, and that's about it. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay, love and light. Bye. Hey there, pal number 3, and welcome to your reading. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to some patrons. So shout out Elise, Rosemary, D, Tenuvasa, Tamara, C, Irika, and Alyssa. Thank you so much for being patrons. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. What is the gossip on you? All right, you chose the Final Rose Tarot. Of course, this is your reading. What is the current gossip on you? Ooh, the cocktail party. Okay, the gossip is that you've been partying it up, living, having a good time, that you're living your best life. That is the gossip right now, okay? That you're being invited places, people want to see you, you're fun. That's the gossip. All right, that's what it's giving. Quality time, amazing. Yeah, the gossip about you is that when you're around, it's always a quality time. Like, people love being around you, and you're someone that gets along with a lot of people. I feel like you make the time more memorable is what I'm hearing. You have a really great personality. That is the gossip. Okay. The hopeless romantic. Oh my gosh. Okay, the gossip is that you have people who want to come in and give you an offer. Okay, this is the Knight of Cups in the regular tarot. You have definitely a couple of suitors who are very interested in, I'm hearing courtship, so all right. Yeah, definitely like asking you out, you know, taking you out on those nice dates. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling. I'm also hearing like people romanticize you. That's the gossip, that people romanticize you. All right, pile number 3. All right, so the gossip is that you are intelligent, you're really smart, and you're also someone who is a critical thinker and a problem solver. I'm also getting that there could be someone attracted to you who also has these qualities, okay? And they could wear glasses. You could know them from work, or you could know them from school. I'm hearing from some of you, even like maybe 1 or 2 of you met them in a library, okay? That's what it's giving. All right, the gossip about you is that you manifest, okay? That's been the gossip in every pile. This is the Magician in the regular deck, or you're just the boss of your life, you know how to bring energy in and out of your life, possibly through daydreaming or through visualization. All right. The gossip is also that you're a bit of a daydreamer, but that your dreams kind of come true. Okay. Wow, beauty queen. The gossip is that you're gorgeous. I mean, what did we say earlier? Yeah, you're definitely known for your beauty. That is the gossip, is that you're kind of known for your beauty. Let's see. The final two. Oh, this is funny. With the final two, well, I'm hearing the gossip is that first you're decisive and that you're a fair judge. And I'm also hearing that you could even have like, yeah, it could be two love interests who are really interested in you. Or people, honestly, the gossip is that people assume that you have at least two people in your life at any given time. Okay, that's the gossip. They're like, oh yeah, they're always juggling. They're always like, you know, they're dating. So I'm sure their DMs are full and they're definitely talking to at least two people right now. All right. So we have the Six of Wands challenge winner. The gossip is that you're successful, that you're going after your dreams, and that you're winning the challenges that you've been put up against. Okay, people are impressed with first your stamina, and also how far you've come, how much you've been able to overcome as well. Okay. We also have the first date card at the bottom of the deck. So people most definitely want to date you. They want to ask you out on dates. You possibly may even have fans. Maybe you're on social media, or most definitely. Okay, you could be on social media. It's funny because I actually made some predictions for what these decks were going to be about. This is an intuition test, and I remember that I said social media for this deck, so I just like had a moment. Okay, so people are definitely watching your social media too. You could have fans on there, and it's actually creating like competition amongst some people. Look at this lineup here. Oh my gosh. So you're definitely a person that people would like to take out on a date. You have some people who are more so like watching from the sidelines. This could be friends, family, other suitors possibly. And yeah, there's some kind of competition going on here in the background that you may not even really know about. Something about your social media makes people feel like they have to compete for your attention. Okay, now if you don't have socials, this could be just your presence. Okay, like when you're around people, they feel like they have to compete for your attention. Alrighty, so what is the current gossip about you? So the gossip will be like, oh yeah, like sometimes when they're around, like people start acting up. Or like yeah, there are definitely people who like watch their socials that I know of. All right, look at the first card at the top here. I'm taking this. All right, we have dirty fantasies, 18 plus desires, all night, all positions, Lord. So yeah, the gossip about you is that you're really hot, you're really hot, you're really attractive. You're really attractive. I'm getting nervous. Oh my god. And yeah, there are a lot of people who have dirty fantasies for you. Also, the vibes are immaculate. We'll leave it at that since it's turned over. Yeah, your vibes are immaculate. People love to spend time with you. Let's see. I'm still hung up on my ex. Okay, the gossip is that your ex is hung up on you, or that you're hung up on your ex. Windfall, success, sudden money, point proven. Yeah, the gossip is that you're coming into a lot of success, and that any kind of like point you had to prove with people, or to be like, honestly, maybe you're just somebody who has a, I don't want to say unique way of living life, but you have unique ideas and you go after them. And maybe in the past, people thought that it wouldn't turn out for you, but your point has been proven. Like whatever you wanted to set out to do, hey, you've done it. All right. What's the gossip? Acts up, embarrassing, tantrum. It actually came out in reverse. So I feel like the gossip about you is that you're really under control now. Like maybe in the past, you used to have like tantrums, or used to act up sometimes, or used to be low-key embarrassing, okay? But you know, you're not like that anymore at all. It also could be that you start, like your, again, social media or your presence could start behind the scenes drama, because this is in reverse. So this could be other people, okay? Not you, but other people acting up about you. So the gossip could also be that other people, again, act up around you. I feel like that's more of what it is. But also, yeah, you could have changed a lot. What's the gossip about you? I find you insanely attractive, guys. It's not a joke. Okay? Even though I'm laughing. I'm just kidding. It's not a joke. Let's see. Popular loner. Oh, I'm telling you. Past peeps lurking. Local celeb. Pop and socials. I wasn't Guys, do we even need the cards? I'm just kidding. These are great though. Poppin' socials. Like I said, people are watching your social media if you have one, okay? And that you're a popular loner. And most of these cards, like, you are depicted alone. So that's kind of interesting. I feel like I'm getting this whole, like, watching you from afar kind of vibe, okay? Yeah, people who are close to you, like, they're watching you more than you think. That's the vibe. All right. Okay, the gossip is that you're adventurous, you like to travel. You're really exciting to be around, that you're hilarious. Okay, you're naturally funny. Yeah, people really appreciate what you do for them. And the gossip is that also you're picky. You don't like many people like that. You could also be a great cook. All right, so that's the yellow and white deck. Let's go ahead and look at the What's the Tea by Fire Witch Tarot. And that she is fire, because this deck is wild. I love this deck. Okay, so what's the gossip? Low IQ. Wow. Damn, come on, swinging like that. All right, so some people, here's where the hatery comes in, okay? All right. There had to be some, right? Like, when you're this poppin'. So yeah, I feel like because you have honestly a really like beautiful face, you're very attractive. People like to act like, oh, they're not that smart though, you know? Meanwhile, when they really get to know you, you're actually very smart, okay? And you're also funny. But people want to say about you that you're not as smart as like you come off, or like, you're not really that smart. Lonely, okay? The gossip about you is that you're lonely, but you're not lonely. You're enjoying your own company. You know, also that you guys have friends, okay? Maybe you don't like hang out with many people because you honestly enjoy your own company more than you enjoy like a bunch of people around, okay? Again, popular loner, not lonely. Like, hello. We have looking you up, bruh. Researching you, studying you, getting info. What did I say about social media? Looking you up. Facts. Love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming. Okay, yeah, most definitely. Again, people are daydreaming about you. All right. People, again, this came up in the other piles. That's what I'm saying again. But people feel the need to, some people anyway, feel the need to try and control the narrative about you, or like toss things into the narrative. Because frankly, yeah, people sprung, okay? So they have to toss in like, oh, they're not that smart. Like, oh, they're kind of lonely. Like, okay, like, I heard that actually are really smart, and nothing's wrong with, you know, keeping your peace. So like, oh, anyway. Okay, the gossip about you is that you have people who are low-key obsessed with you. I didn't stutter, okay? Dangerous, this time. Toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, and karmic, yeah. And also dodging bullets. So, do you guys, the gossip is that you dodge an obsessive lover, or that you stay dodging unhealthy relationships. Okay, but you have somebody who, though, who could definitely be, like, interested in you. Okay, what's the gossip about you? You have fake accounts watching you to try and spy on you. People that you rejected in the past. For the people who, you know, that message applies for, I mean, you're gonna know. But yeah, those fake accounts, people who are like, you know, coming on your story or whatever. Yeah, they're people you rejected in the past who feel like they can't come with their own account. Interesting. There's some gossip about you that you're doing the same thing like all the time, okay? Or that you're not really like making any like big moves. This came from the last pile, this too, like this energy, but I just think it's funny because you're out here, you know, being the talk of the town, you know, like being this people that people really enjoy and like, and they're like, oh, they're doing the same thing all the time. You mean having fun, being liked, and having, you know, living my best life? Like, yeah, but keep doing that, like, we're talking. Oh my god, it's funny. These people want to see you do something different, as in trip up, like, but no one's tripping up. So they're like, they keep doing the same thing. Like, yeah, winning. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap things up now with the Valentine Wellness Law of Attraction and Love Oracle cards. They're both by Valentine Wellness. All right, not today. The gossip is that you're avoiding anybody who crossed your boundaries, who didn't deserve a conversation with you, who you're just not dealing with it, okay? There are a lot of people that you dodged a bullet with, to be honest, and yeah, that's what they're saying. All right, meeting and conversing, saving the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. The gossip about you is that you're a really great friend, and that when people are honestly blessed enough or like honored enough to be your friend, it's like they have so much fun around you and they really enjoy the moment. Like you bring people into the moment, and yeah, you're just you're a really great person to have around. Yeah, you bring a lot of great perspective. Look at that, gaining clarity, see the other side. The gossip about you is that you gained a lot of perspective, and that you have a really good perspective on life, and that you take responsibility for your own life. Okay, you don't expect people to do too much for you. You know when people are like, I'm watching a lot of Jersey Shore, and this happens a lot in the show, when someone holds someone else accountable, and they'll be like, you're not being a good friend to me, you're not, like you're not supporting me. But in reality, that person is actually trying to support the growth of their friend by, being upfront with them in a nice way, right? Like we have to control our tone and, our delivery, right? So we can control. But yeah, some people who, are really upset about the idea of like taking accountability will just want to like push that out and act like the person not being a good friend. Anyway, so I hope that makes sense or that relates. I was like, I forgot what point I was trying to make, but I think you guys get it. Anyway, it's manifested. So, and those are daily habits. So the gossip about you, this is the really, really deep gossip. This is the people who are spiritual talking about you, is that you're a really great manifester and that your daily habits are really conducive to like what you're doing. That you might be even using subliminals, you're practicing self-care, you're trying to make more healthy choices. And that you have a really high vibration. Like people would describe you as being like high vibrational, and that you're cutting out limiting beliefs. Okay, that is the gossip about you. I really hope that you enjoyed today's reading. Let me know if you liked it, and be sure to give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you would like. Sorry, I'm like take a shot every time. Anyway, so yeah, become an OG today, and you can watch the OG reading coming up in just a few seconds. Of course, it's called "Why Are Your Haters Pressed?" There's a lot of haterade in today's reading, so if you want to know why they're so pressed about you, head on over there just a few seconds later. And I also have a Patreon. I'm available for personal readings if you want to check that out. It's all in the description box below. But thank you so much for coming onto my channel, watching my video. I really, really appreciate it, and talk to you in the next one. Okay, love and light. Bye. Hello there to my OGs who stayed to the very end of the reading. I am so happy to have you all here today. Thank you so much for being subscribed to the channel, and I hope you're having an awesome day, night, or evening. So we're about to get straight into it, okay? Why are your haters so pressed? All right, I hope you enjoyed the main reading today. And I'm stalling because I need to shuffle a little bit, but all right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Why are your haters so pressed over you? All right, let's see. I love your hair. Oh, your haters are pressed over your hair. That's so funny. Literally, maybe you pressed your hair and they really like that. Anyway, that was a bad joke. So basically, your haters are really pressed because you have gorgeous hair. In the back, you also have sweet, caring, considerate, and genuine. All right, I'm hearing that you guys take really good care of your hair, and that your hair makes you look sweeter and like more genuine. Like maybe it's your natural hair, maybe you're taking care of your natural hair texture, not necessarily the color of the hair, but like that you're like taking care of your hair like texture. I'm getting that. All right. Why your haters pressed? Because you have soulmates, and you have people who really want to be around you and really enjoy your presence. People who want to have heart-to-heart connections with you, and you can share your tenderness with. You could be in a relationship now, or you could have like been in a successful relationship. And when I say successful, I don't necessarily mean that you had to get married and do all that whole shebang. I honestly think, personally, my opinion of a successful relationship is one that's healthy, where the two people loved each other and they did, you know, what they could to make each other happy and to support one another, and shared love. You know, that's success to me. So yeah, your haters are pressed that you have connections like that in your life, or that you had them. All right. We also have money is about to double. So your haters are pressed because they can tell you're about to go through an increase. This is the funny thing. And even I'm still like getting this, is that people can tell your greatness before you can. People can tell your potential before you can. They can see your light sometimes even before you can. And so these haters are pressed because they can sense you're about to go up a level. Even if you're like, I don't even know how to get to the other level. They're like, oh, they're about to reach it. Like, honestly, they're manifesting for you. All right. Wants to message you, taking their time, missing you. Okay, these haters want to message you. Wow. They could be the type to be like, oh, I haven't talked in such a while, guys. Look at this card. Friendship in reverse. Okay, these are people who are old friends of yours, and they want to come and be like, oh, I just want to check in on you. Like, how are you doing? How's it been? I just wanted to check in and like maybe we could meet up. But you guys know, you guys know. People do this because they want to compare where they're at with you. Okay? And I don't want to say that's a blanket statement, right? But for the most part, I really feel like that's the energy, you know? Especially if they don't follow up after that. Like, never follow up after that. I'm like, okay, you just had to pulse check me. I hope you got the information you needed. Like, okay. So they might try and come back. My friend wants you to buy. Oh my God, these haters are pressed because their friends want you. Their friends think you're great. Okay, they're pressed because they're atheists and they're closed off. And they don't believe in like what you believe in. They're closed off to what you believe in. I don't want to say they're closed off in general, but they're closed off to what you believe in anyway. And yeah, they don't believe in spirituality, so they're pressed about your spirituality. Okay, hopeless romantic, passionate lover, whirlwind relationship. Guys, right under the soulmate card, I'm telling you, people are pressed over the fact that you have had like what seems like whirlwind relationships and like beautiful romances in your life. And passionate lovers, like people are, you know, they're jealous. Why are they pressed? Because you're genuine, period, okay? You're boldly you, you're authentic. They're pressed, they can't imitate you, okay? You're one of one. All right, they should, you know, focus more. I don't want to say should, but like they can. Hello, they can focus more on, you know, themselves and finding their own authentic self. I made a switch because I'm trying not to use should in my life anymore. I feel like it's like too shameful of a word. So instead, I'm trying to replace it with can. I can do this. I will do this. Give it a try. See if you like that. I'm still hung up on my ex. If you like, you know. I'm not telling you what to do. Sorry. I'm stuck up with my ex. So your haters are pressed because your ex still hung up on you and they know about it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And you're my ideal person. Oh my gosh, your haters are pressed because they wish they could be like you. Yikes. Be like yourself. This is, you know, it is what it is. I feel like what they want to be like is someone who is like themselves. And this is why people get hated on a lot when they come into their true self, because it lets people know, or like it signals to people in some way that they're not being authentic, you know? So they'll try and force people back into a box to be like, no, don't be that. Like that threatens my sense of self, or like what I know is real, or what I think is possible, you know? Instead of accepting that there's so much diversity and beauty in the world in all different shapes and forms and mindsets and, you know, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so anyway, yeah, these people want to be authentic like you, and that's why they're really pressed, you know? They want to get there, but they don't know how. That's sad. All right, why are your haters pressed? Lonely, because they feel lonely. Oh no. Okay, moving. Because you're moving. They feel lonely now that you moved away from them. These are old people. Spiritual hater. Yeah, these are spiritual haters. They hate on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. That's what the card says. That's what it says. Okay. Head in the clouds. They're pressed because it seems like you just have your head in the clouds, but all this stuff is coming in for you. Like, especially because they are, again, closed off to your way of doing things, your spirituality. So they just feel like your head's totally in the clouds. Like, oh, I don't even believe in that stuff. But like, how are they so, you know, how are they having all this love? How is the money going up? How are they so genuine? Like, why do my friends want them? Like, that's why they're pressed. I'd be pressed too, dang. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, wasting time. They're pressed because they feel like they're wasting time. This is ironic because I feel like this came out in like, what, 2 of the readings? Yeah, these same haters who want to say that you're wasting time are actually pressed because they're wasting time, okay? They don't understand how you're making progress, what's seemingly effortlessly. They have no idea the blood, sweat, and tears you put in behind the scenes to make your dreams a reality. But whatever, you know, but they feel like they're wasting time, so they continue to like try and project that. Anyway, your haters are pressed because you have money to blow. Bruh, like giving money. Or it seems that you do anyway, okay? It seems that you have a lot of money. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of your kids. You can afford a certain lifestyle, okay? Ooh, oh my goodness. These haters are mad because you have a certain gift when it comes to spirituality. You're tapped in to, you know, you could say other realms or the spiritual world, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, vibrations, energy. And they want to try and say that, you know, you're abusing your gifts, or especially, oh my gosh, guys, especially if you are a tarot reader, if you take money for it, if you take money for your spiritual gifts, your Reiki healer, like you take money for whatever you do, they want to, like, they're pressed because you're making money off of it. I'll tell you right now, and I guess as a side note about me, it's not about me, but when I was first deciding to, you know, like come onto YouTube and start offering like services for money, I had a really hard time grappling with it, and I wasn't sure, you know, if it was right, you know. And then I realized, at least for me personally, that it was an exchange of energy. It was, you know, at that point, really starting to give valuable information, and it was accurate. And it took a lot from me. It took a lot out of me, and I just couldn't do it for free. You know, it was, you know, like too draining to be able to sustain that way, you know? So these people, you know, the thing is, they're very closed off to this way of maybe doing things, spirituality in general, or like, honestly, if you're not someone who necessarily like, you know, gets money for that, or in general, these people are very closed off to even the idea of like spirituality or using tarot cards, or, you know, whatever it is. So I feel like this almost like scares this person, okay? It almost scares your haters. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe they can like look into things, or they're tapped in, they might know what I'm thinking, or, you know, whatever it is. And I feel like it has to be something really, really negative. But the truth is that you guys have, you know, guys, my peeps here, right? My OGs have a level of integrity to be able to carry this gift. It was not given to you by accident, okay? It's like, and when I say gift, it's like everybody has spiritual ability. Everybody has a brain. And everybody is, you know, gifted when it comes to SATs. Everybody's gifted when it comes to playing the violin. People are gifted in different things. You guys are gifted when it comes to, you know, you have spiritual gifts. And people who, you know, again, have that ability, but don't necessarily have like this touch that you guys have here, are like, how could this be possible, blah, blah. And, you know, like, oh, they must be doing something like weird. I don't even believe in that, blah, blah. You guys got what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to go any more into that. I just feel like my points like go. Anyway, so too busy winning. You guys are, that's the point. You guys are too busy winning to even care about this stuff, okay? That's the point I was trying to get to. You're too busy winning. And that's why they're pressed about you too, because while they're trying to make you out to seem like there's something nefarious going on because you have a gift, right? you're out here collecting accolades and rewards, okay? Or recognition in general, or even just recognizing yourself. And really, I feel that that's causing a lot of people to be like, oh, there's something going on here, okay? You have these people reflecting, they're in their head about you, especially, honestly, when it comes to your spirituality. They don't understand it. They do not understand it, all right? And they don't understand, like, it seems to be making you a better person while they feel stuck. There's something there. They don't understand it. Inside scoop, again, wow. A closer look, nosy, up in your business. They want the inside scoop, guys. They're pressed because they want the inside scoop on you. They don't understand you and they want to figure you out. They don't get it. They're like, I need a closer look. I need a closer look. These people are low-key obsessed. Okay, not all of them, but like when it comes to your spirituality, especially if you share it in any way, they absolutely want to know more. Absolutely. Why are your haters pressed? This is going to be the last deck we go into. Wow. Your haters are pressed because you have inner peace. You have inner peace. Okay? It says clearing past / ancient trauma. Spiritual practices, love inner child. You know, they may not know all these things, but your haters are really pressed because you're moving past obstacles, mindsets, old habits, traumas that you've been through. You're healing and moving past those things. These people do not want to look at their darkness. Okay, not everybody, but I think a lot of people who are trying to hate on you, especially your spiritual abilities, yeah, they don't want to look at their darkness. You guys, I'm hearing you guys went through the fire so you could become light. The fire, you became almost like part of it. You became warm, bright, light. It was like you guys were afraid to look into yourself, into that raging maybe flame, or difficult times that you went through, things that were really, you know, hard for you in your life. And when you really started to step into it, you realized that there were lessons and gifts there for you. And you got rid of anything that didn't work. Again, that fire purified it away, but you remain that beautiful, pure flame, so much more powerful than ever before, okay? And that's why your haters are pressed. Okay, anyway, so we have keys on a ring, many options, decisions. You have many options in life. That's why they're pressed. It's just if you have many options, it's not just one thing that's working out for you. It's almost everything. I'm hearing Midas touch. Because I have like the Midas touch right now. It's not just one thing that's working for you. It's everything in their eyes, okay? Yeah, they're priced because people like you. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, wanting to date. Your haters are priced because people want to date you. And they're also priced because you guys could have had a breakup. They could have lost you, okay? These people are still in mourning over your separation. This could be an ex. It could be friends. It could be family members you had to separate yourself from. These people are still observing you, okay? These people are still observing you, and they're getting really caught up. They're getting caught up on you. It's kind of crazy. All right. Your haters are pressed because you can seem to take a step back and separate yourself from what's going on. Separate your emotions from what's going on. I feel you guys had to learn a lot of emotional maturity and how to, you know, control your emotions. And it took a lot of work. And I mean, I hate to honestly just talk about people like this, but it just feels like, you know, these people are not practicing the same skills, you know, and they're getting really caught up in what you're doing instead of focusing on how they can, you know, apply their own skills to get past their own stuff, you know. They're too busy focused on why is that person so far ahead? Why is this method working for them? You know, well, hey, different things are going to work for different people. So they have to find their own way. Anyway, so that was the OG reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. This one was a wild ride. Honestly, this took me on a ride. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I really appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel. I hope you really enjoyed today's reading, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay? Love and light. Bye. Bye.